So I played Dakota Davis, and she is an old friend of one of the residents in Neighbours. So yeah, they haven't seen each other for a long, long time, and she turns up out the blue.
Okay. And can you tell her who she's an ex of?
I'm not really meant to give too much away, but it's a well-established character, and it's a he, and he's been there for a very long time.
If I put two and two together, I'd come up with Paul Robinson.
Oh, possibly, but there are other characters that have been there for a long time. But yeah, she's an old friend of Paul Robinson.
Right. How would you describe her character?
I would say she's pretty feisty. She knows what she wants, and if she sees it, she'll go for it. She has had quite an interesting life, and but I think under all the hardness of her character, there is a very vulnerable side as well, which is probably later explored a bit more once we get into the storyline. She is pretty vulnerable.
Okay.
So there's a nice softer side to her. She's just she's not all bad.
Why did you agree to the role in Neighbours? Why did you sign up for it?
Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of the show, and especially in England, it is such an iconic show and huge, especially back in the day when it used to get millions and millions of viewers. And we used to always race home to watch Neighbours when we were younger. And so when I was asked to offered a role, I couldn't quite believe it, actually. And I still have moments, especially when I was on set, thinking, I'm in Neighbours and there's Paul Robinson. And it was a bit surreal. And, loads of my friends here in England were so excited that, because it is such an iconic show. And especially being a foreigner, going over and working on it was just, it was very surreal. And I was completely honoured when they asked me, so yeah. More than happy to be on it.
How is it working with Australians as opposed to Brits?
Well, I love the laid backness, if that's the word, of the Aussie lifestyle. It's very laid back, and we've been living in Australia for on and off now for the last 3 years. And I've kind of got used to the Aussie sense of humour, because it's quite a dry sense of humour. But the people that work on the show, on Neighbours, a lot of them have been there since, the show started running. So to still be working on it and, be happy and create an amazing atmosphere when you walk on set just goes to show what a great place it is to work. But yeah, I did get a bit of stick being, the pom on the show, and I think most of the crew and some of the cast as well were probably more interested in my husband because he's Australian and plays soccer. So a lot of them were probably more interested in asking questions about him. So it was a bit of a novelty. So no, lovely. Everyone was so lovely.